A solid performance last week, wasn't it? 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, ran the team well, won the ball game. Bottom line, may not have been earth-shattering, but it didn't need to be.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Mitchell. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. Here's 2nd and 3. And they'll bring the big tight end across the formation left. 2nd and 3. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. It's a no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd. 3rd play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. They'll set up a throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Texans first down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4. They'll run for the first time with Breece Hall. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. The numbers for Hall in last week's ball game: 19 carries, 74 yards.
They're coming off of back-to-back wins, and I think a lot of credit belongs to this guy right here because, to me, he's not only carried his weight, he's carried a few other guys along as well. He's helped draw defensive attention away from not just him, but open things up for his teammates, too. So if this winning streak is going to continue to have some legs to it, he has to remain effective and put together another nice game.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a Texans first down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4.
First down, Texans.
On 1st and 10, it's Hall. Rogerius Sneed up to make the play defensively. The Texans had 10-3 on the year, and they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on 2nd down. This will be play number 9 of the drive here as they need 4 yards on 3rd down. He'll drop to throw. Steps away to his left. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs.
Certainly not a positive sign if you're the D coordinator and you see your guys give up that space so early in the game. 3rd down, that's when the clamps are supposed to come out. But his ability to create things with his legs makes things difficult.
Throw left side complete. That's Wilkins. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive, and here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Now back to throw. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5. Now 2nd and 5. They'll set up to throw. This is caught. The time called here because a member of the Texans is in some discomfort. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. The 13th play now coming on this opening drive. Here's 3rd down. They'll look to throw again. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. Tommy Tremble, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Texans are on the board first on the road here in L.A. Looking sharp on that first drive. These guys, of course, coming off back-to-back victories, and you see that kind of advancing into this game, don't you?
You certainly do, and when you have a team that doesn't get too full of itself, even though they've won 2 games in a row, you get the end result that we saw there, that nice opening drive, because they're sharp, they're focused, and they're locked into everything that they're doing.
Ryland now following the touchdown, back out to kick it away. Well, now how about this return? And they'll have very good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40. So out come the Rams now for their first possession. Commanding the offense will be the 7th overall pick of the 2018 draft. It's Josh Allen.
And last week's loss came despite a clean game on his end, throwing the ball with 2 touchdowns and 0 interceptions. His job this week is simple. Do it again. Continue to avoid turnovers and hope that what sunk them last week resolves itself this time around.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. You look at the defense for these Texans. Against the pass, just numbers that they haven't liked. Number 30 in the league right now.
And I think you're going to see some changes in the offseason, whether it's through the draft, free agency, maybe even both. They definitely need some help in the secondary.
Give him 3 yards, and now they're left needing a conversion here on 3rd and 6.
Brings up 3rd and 6.
Allen now looks to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's going to have a Rams first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And already down 7-0 after the touchdown a minute ago, so a 3-and-out here would not be ideal for them. Nice job finding his receiver there, and they get the first down.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Allen going to throw. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. Here's Allen to throw it. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and the Texans scoop it. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory. The defense, they were swarming that time and ultimately got to him before he could get rid of the football and knocked it free.
And don't you feel just a little bit of sympathy for him back there, though? So much going on, so much swirling around. He's trying to find someone downfield. He's trying to move around to find an open target. Sometimes you forget the number one thing, take care of the football.
The Texans offense and Marvin Harrison Jr. headed onto the field. And he's been filling up the stat sheet on a weekly basis. So to no one's surprise, his name sits near the top of the list in terms of most receptions by a wideout this season. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And he's got this down to the 35. That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup. And now some motion before the snap. And this will be our first penalty of the night's proceedings. Moving from his tight end spot there.
Do you think that perhaps the play call was for him?
A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Handoff, running left. Here's Hall. And he only manages a couple here, down to about the 38-yard line.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from Hall. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. 5 yards that time out of the scramble. But now they're looking at a 4th down situation.
Like any team playing, they're looking for touchdowns to try and help their cause. But in this case, he does get them a little closer at least. If they think a field goal turns out to be the better call here.
Here's Chad Ryland now on for the field goal. From the left hash, it's an even 15-yard attempt. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through, and that will extend their lead even further.
So the defense are able to force their first turnover of the game, and then they add on to that by getting the field goal.
And you don't just want to take the ball away from your opponent, partner. You want to make them hurt as well. And if you don't score yourself on defense, turn it over to your offense and have them put points on the board.
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it to 26.
As the Rams offense comes back out, here is the NFC playoff picture coming into the weekend.
Now the current playoff picture, and you can see they are one of those 3 wild card teams, at least for the moment, but they have not clinched that spot, Charles. And look, their message has been clear. We're keeping our foot on the gas to the very end.
And how about the theater and the drama that's involved, partner? The best part, we've got a front row seat to it all. And I think this is obviously the ultimate goal when they added a 7th seed to the playoffs back in 2020. More drama, more teams in it late in the season, and more importance on games like this.
Oh, he'll let one go deep for Higgins. That is incomplete. T. Higgins is the intended target.
And it's 3rd and 4.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. You look at the defense for these Texans.
Against the pass, just numbers that they haven't liked. Number 30 in the league right now.
You know, when actors get ready for a scene, they often ask the question, what's my motivation? But what's the motivation of this group? What's their mindset? What's the problem that they have? Will they create an identity that allows them to get better?
And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. A 40-yard punt, given 3 on the return. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10.
Houston's offense taking over again.
They're looking sharp, out early to a 10-zip lead and looking for more as they've got it 1st and 10.
Now Hall to start the drive.
And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
Into space at the 45.
And brought down across the 50 to the 49-yard line. And now for him on the season, that is his 80th catch, and the result is a 1st down. He'll look to throw. Looking middle, and that's complete. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
From the 41, this is 2nd and a yard. $10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. Texans football to start quarter 2 as they've got it with a 2nd and 1 coming up. Straight ahead is Hall.
And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36.
4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
And the Texans 1st down.
They'll look to throw here. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Now after the play, it looks like there's a Texan here slow to get up.
Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw.
Looking for the out route. He's got his man. It's Mitchell.
And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another 1st.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
They'll drop to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Wilkins. They'll get only 2 there, and it's 2nd and goal.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Got his tight end. That's complete. It's Wilkins. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. No gain on the play. And now what we have here, a 3rd and goal. Back to throw again. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. From 6 yards away.
And the Texans add 6 to their lead.
Well, that's about as quick of a passing touchdown as you'll ever see right there.
Everyone has a section in their playbook called the quick game. That was a super quick game. Out of the hands of the thrower, bam, right to the receiver, successfully for a touchdown.
How in-depth is that quick game part of the playbook?
It's pretty in-depth because people want the ball out of the hands of the quarterback into the playmaker's hands downfield as fast as possible. There are a lot of plays, a lot of options involved with that.
Extra point by Ryland, up and good.
And that makes our score 17-0.
So after the field goal, Ryland back out as he'll send this one away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Rams offense and Jackson Smith and Jigba getting ready to go back to work. And he's very much alive in the race for most receiving yards by a wideout this year. Currently ranked 2nd in the NFL at this point in the season.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. So no gain on the play, and that will bring up 2nd down.
2nd and 10 at the 27-yard line.
Now Allen.
He finds Smith and Jigba.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. The Rams on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Here's Allen.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have a Rams 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
On play action, Allen. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
Jervon Dexter able to record his 5th sack of the season.
3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They are not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are. They are on their toes, and they're getting at them.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. And they'll send the tight end in motion. Throwing now is Allen. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
A tough situation to overcome here. 3rd and 17.
To throw, it's Allen. And this is going to be incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down.
Not many boos just yet from this home crowd, but they may be starting soon as I'm starting to detect an uneasy murmur through this crowd. This offense, they've been lifeless in this 1st half. And now here's another punting situation and a 4th down.
So possession goes over here on the punt.
And the Texans will take over. They'll start on the ground. Hall.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best 1st half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
They'll go again with Hall.
Shifts by him. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
46 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. Now 2nd and 3.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Wilkins. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. His 5th catch tonight, and it's good for a first down.
First down, Houston.
Out of the gun, they run it with Hall. They nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37.
Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. They'll look to throw. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. Back-to-back nice plays. 12 yards that time and a first down. He'll look to throw. Flushed out right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's second down.
Well, that's what they have to do more of defensively, not just getting sacks, but they have to keep getting in his face, not let him get his feet set and deliver. He's been carving them up previously.
Yeah, already has a couple of touchdown passes. About time they put a few grass stains on that jersey. So second and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. And this complete to Mitchell. So they'll get nothing out of that play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. Looking to throw. That's another one, complete to Mitchell. So the completion good for 6 yards. And that's going to make it 4th down.
That's certainly playing down and distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
And his kick is indeed good, and that will extend their lead even further. So this lead, Charles, just continuing to swell here in the first half.
Well, it's interesting. When we talked to them prior to the game, they told us that their game plan was take no prisoners, and they've lived up to it so far because everything has worked. No guarantee that'll continue, but all in all, this coaching staff's got to be very pleased by what they've seen.
And he's going to wind up bringing this one inside the 45-yard line.
Now, that's the kind of return that warms the heart of a special teams coach. He'll be pushing us next time, Brandon, to make sure his guys are introduced in the starting lineups. These guys have such an influence on every game. The unsung heroes, remember, they have their own meetings, their own practice time, heck, their own spot on the bench in order to be ready to play each and every week.
L.A. readies for its next possession. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're
down. You
don't
want to.
Well, no, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
It's a Rams first down on a pickup of 10. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. And he'll spot Higgins open left side. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. 2nd and a couple.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Now Allen again. And that one complete once again to Higgins.
Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 15-yard line.
So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. And he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second, as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. This pass complete to Higgins. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2.
A 35-yard attempt.
Butker's kick here is good, and that will move the deficit from 20 down to 17. Well, still trailing here, but they do get the late field goal. Now their defense will try to keep this score right where it is heading into the locker room.
Yeah, and trailing it to break, you obviously don't want to go in off of a negative play. Give them credit for that one. Finding a way to put points on the board, give them any type of a spark, anything to build off of as they try and plan a comeback.
The Texans offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And he's done everything you could have asked for coming in. He's spread it around. He hasn't taken many chances. And he's potentially on his way to a big game throwing the football.
They'll try and start this drive in the air.
Open man is Marvin Harrison Jr.
Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. They'll send a tight end in motion right. 2nd and 2.
A short throw hauled in by Trimble.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. And this one is incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. They'll look to throw again. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half.
On 3rd down, here's Hall.
And this will go as a short gain on what will be the final act of this first half. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly...
Well, we're in the latter stages of this season. Everybody's getting antsy, so antsy that we're going to skip the halftime and get ready for the 3rd quarter.
And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here.
And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30.
And now it looks like he's in some discomfort after being tackled at the end of that return.
Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball into the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
And that's going to be caught. T. Higgins.
And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line.
That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down.
Yeah, we talk all the time about playing situational football. Right now, I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
That ground game contained again there, Charles, and that's really a big reason that they're trailing right now.
And give a lot of credit to that defensive front. That's exactly what they worked for all week, to try and take away the run game, make them one-dimensional. In the battle of game plans, theirs has been superior.
That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Now Allen. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38.
Still 15 yards to go, second down.
To the air, Allen.
Throw out wide is incomplete.
Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down.
Third down and 15.
Allen. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Still just the third quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on fourth. On play action, Allen.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
From the gun, he'll hand this off.
And he'll get this down only to the 18.
They work now on 2nd and 9.
A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9.
Here's Allen to throw it. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete.
And the Rams are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line.
From the gun, it's Allen. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the Texans 6.
Allen going to throw. And it's caught. 5 yards that time on the completion. And now it's 3rd and goal.
A gain of 5 yards brings up 3rd and goal.
They'll try to run this one in. Trying to barrel up in there, but I don't think he got it. The offense is staying out there. Here we go on 4th and goal from the 1. Allen now looks to throw. Touchdown, Rams! A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year.
And the Rams are able to cut into this lead as they score on the opening drive of the second half. Extra point by Butker is on target.
And the lead is trimmed down to 10. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
And now it looks like he's in some discomfort after being tackled at the end of that return.
Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
Well, they were terrific in the first half, built up a sizable lead, and it's just been cut into a bit following the opening drive score on the other side. But this is a unit that has to be itching to get the football again.
You can say that again. They've got to be pretty eager because, let's face it, they've had to sit through halftime, then sit on the sidelines and watch that drive. So you can bet that they're saying, let's get on with this. We got to go out there and get some more points.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And the Rams got him. They bring him down. And now before they run this 4th down play, we're going to get a timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
The home team's offense and their wide receiver getting set for this next possession. And he's putting together some kind of campaign. Currently 2nd in the NFL in touchdown receptions among wideouts.
Open man is Higgins.
The time called here because a member of the Texans is in some discomfort. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. From the 41, here's 2nd and 2.
Here's Allen.
Out right to Smith and Jigba.
7 yards there and a first down. Play action. Now it's Allen. Throw left side to Higgins. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 32-yard line. To throw, it's Allen. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end.
From the 28, it's 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 28-yard line.
Again, they'll throw with Allen. Throw left side complete. That's Higgins. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
Well, it's not time to get them established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
He finds his man complete. That's Bishop. The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3. Throwing now is Allen. That is caught. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Now Allen. And he's got it. That's good for a gain of 6. 2nd and goal. Now Allen again. Rolling to his right. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Josh Allen taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Rams have got it back to within a score. Extra point by Butker is on target. And the lead is down to a field goal. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And they got to be pleased with this. He brings it all the way up to the 40-yard line. The Texans offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting his guys there.
Now that's the kind of return you're looking for. To get to that spot on the field, that allows you to do a lot of things on offense.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. Still enjoying the lead here in the 3rd quarter despite their defense giving up that last touchdown. Now they'll see if they can get the equalizer here on this drive. They'll look to throw here on first down. He dumps this one off here to Hall. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. In motion goes the tight end. 2nd and 13. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Back to throw again. They'll set up the screen for Hall. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. We're off to the 4th quarter here in Week 15. Happy holidays to all. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Los Angeles. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. Again, he'll drop to throw.
A short throw hauled in by Trimble.
It'll be a gain of 5, and it'll be 2nd down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
Looking for the out route. He's got his man. It's Mitchell.
And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4.
They'll run with Hall.
And he's going to have a first down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line. In motion, the tight end. On first down, he'll drop to throw. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. There he goes, right side. And he will bring it back. It's an interception return for a Rams touchdown.
Extra point by Butker is on target.
And that will make this a 4-point game. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The visitors' offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been that successful. He just processes things so quickly and makes a right read seemingly every time. Throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete.
And that's a lesson learned from the previous drive. Last time he forced one, and it turned into a pick six. Here, he knows better, and he just throws that one away.
Hall want to give up the middle, and only able to get two here. Stopped at the 30.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Forcing completion on first down, then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback on the expected passing situation.
He'll get that complete to Harrison. And this play comes to a halt at the 33, and obviously that's well short of the first down. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And that'll bring up fourth down. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. It'll be a net of 39. 41-yard punt, 2 on the return. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. And as this offense makes their way back out, NFC playoff race time, we give you a look at what's going on there.
Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead.
They'll roll him out right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play. Well, it's been a little bit of feast or famine because he's thrown for decent yardage, and obviously they've got the lead, Charles, but now he's been sacked 4 times.
And what I'm focusing on is his toughness in the pocket. Because you mentioned the feast or famine part, he's played well in between being dumped on his back. But every time he's had a chance to throw the football, he's been impressive.
And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down. Going to need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing.
Oh, Allen cannot get away, and down he goes.
Milton Williams
able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
The visitors' offense and Breece Hall headed out onto the field. And it's hard to believe you could run the ball a whole lot better than he has. The vision, the cutback ability, the acceleration, it's all been on display throughout.
The Texans' offense ready to go here for their next drive.
Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead.
The sack recorded. It's a loss of 5, and now it's 2nd down.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
Yeah, nothing doing here as this time the run maybe gets him back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it.
A tough spot here. 3rd and 15.
They'll drop to throw. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a 4th down.
Nice call on defense, rolling out the nickel package for that big 3rd down play, and they did an excellent job locking down coverage and forcing him to try and run for it, and he doesn't get there, which brings up a big 4th down call.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. Now the Rams offense, they work their way back on the field.
These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. To the air, Allen. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Josh Allen, very athletic at 6'5", showing the versatility, picking up the first on the scramble.
Now that's a killer because you think you've got it absolutely covered, and then he hot-foots it out of there and picks up a first down. Drives you crazy as a defense.
Looked like, you're exactly right. Looked like a for-sure stop on third, and then the tables turned. Allen. Over the middle, finding Smith and Jigba. And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49. 2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. Going right back to Smith and Jigba. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. On play action, Allen firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 28. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. The gain on the keeper, and it's 2nd down.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Allen off the play fake. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. Now, this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts. That'll be their 2nd, so one more chance to stop the clock here, and we'll be back. He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. And it appears we've got a member of the Rams shaken up on that last play. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. Back to throw. Allen. Touchdown! A great play there. A beast in the red zone with his 2nd touchdown of the game. And the Rams look like they're about to put an end to their 2-game losing streak as they add on to their lead.
Well, that was absolutely ideal for them, wasn't it? Trying to salt this game away. I think one of my kids just graduated in the amount of time they had the football. That was absolutely impressive.
Everybody wants those salt-away-the-game drives. What makes them successful?
Well, when you're able to mix run-pass, when you're able to control the football and stay ahead of the chains, I'm using every cliche I know, but that's how you get it done because you're not taking negative plays, and that way you're able to run what you want to run when you get a chance to call it.
The Texans back out there and ready to go. And they have had their problems moving the ball through the air as we take you through some of the action from earlier. This secondary has played about as well as you can. Many times they've left this quarterback with nowhere to go with the football. They'll come up 1st and 10 here. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done.
Back to throw here. And the Rams got it. They bring him down.
Here's second down.
He'll drop to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that's caught inside the 30. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. A big play there. With his second TD of the game, his 6th on the year.
And the Texans have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th.
So certainly some importance to this one now. After the touchdown, they could get this down to a field goal with a 2-point conversion. They'll look to throw. And this is caught. They got it. And that could be an important 2 points that gets them back within a field goal.
So the deficit now 3 after the huge conversion, but they need to get the football back.
So this is where special teams really comes into play, because getting the ball back, it starts with this next kickoff. How do they get downfield? Either jar it loose or get the ball back themselves. That's going to be key for them.
The risk-reward of the onside kick. When you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling. And whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things, now that they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
Allen down to a knee, and that should just about do it. Here comes the Rams punter now, as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. And a fair catch called for and made just outside the 15-yard line.
What a game we were treated to in this one. And on that final play, they had a chance. They had the ball just beyond midfield.